plane graphing. Graphing really is line graphs, bar graphs, circle graphs, stem and leaf plots, line plots, pictographs. We in mathematics, though, also call coordinate plane work graphing also. It's really not, but we call it that. And the things I'm going to hammer into you today, and you've already looked at this some because you did some pictures last year in 5th grade maybe. This is heavy algebra. Algebra. You're told to graph things in algebra or put things on a coordinate grid, a coordinate plane, all the time in algebra. And so if you get it down here in the 6th grade, it sure makes Algebra 1, Algebra 2, geometry, trigonometry, analytical geometry, calculus, makes it a lot easier. Okay, so learning this is really important. Now, a coordinate plane. You might have a guess what a coordinate plane is. Wants to help us out. What do you think, Brother Colton?
X-axis and Y-axis meet.
I like that. You're thinking. A coordinate plane is formed. Very good, Colton. When two number lines cross. Now, if I was a good mathematician, I would say intersect, wouldn't I? Intersect means cross. A coordinate plane is formed when two number lines cross. We have looked at the horizontal number line. Haven't we? We've looked at the horizontal one last week. We even graphed some, what numbers? Integers, which are the positives and negatives. Remembering, to the right is positive, to the left of 0 is negative. Now where's the second number line come into play? A vertical one. A vertical line. Now, did I number that one correctly?
No.
I did it?
You did? Yes. Yeah, you did. Yeah.
The vertical number line is like a thermometer, isn't it? Above 0 is positive, below 0 is negatives. So, we have positives going up, positives going to the right. We have negatives going to the left and negatives going down. That's very important that we know that. Now, quadrants. Quadrants. What is that implying? 4 of something. Because of what, brother? Quad. 4 something. Well, 4 something is formed. Do you see 4 something on that thing up there we drew?
Yes.
What do you see?
4 arrows.
4 arrows. 4 4 sections. 4. I see what you, if you say triangles.
Yeah,
I see
4
that.
right angles.
4 right angles. You're all correct. When you crisscross 2 lines, 4 things are formed. The quadrants. 4 sections are formed. 4, I didn't put an S, did I? 4 sections are formed. They are numbered with Roman numerals. And you start in the upper right, going counterclockwise to upper left, to lower left, and the last one is lower right. The 4 quadrants. This is very important in Algebra 1 and Algebra 2 because they want to know where certain things are located. And you will tell them it is in quadrant 3. That location is in quadrant 2. Or the location's in quadrant 4. Whatever the case may be. So, quadrants are formed. Alright. What's the next word? Origin. What's the definition of origin? Maybe not mathematical, but just origin.
Place.
Where it came from?
The beginning. Place.
A place. Somebody said something over here? The beginning. The start. Mankind, some people believe, mankind's origin was at the Garden of Eden. Mr. Darwin wrote a book called Origin of the Species. Means the beginning of the species. Okay, so the origin is right. The origin is the beginning, but we're talking mathematics, aren't we? So we're going to say the beginning of the CP. What's CP?
Coordinate plane.
Coordinate plane. It's too long to write again, isn't it? Too long to write, so let's just call. The beginning of the CP. Where is the beginning of our CP coordinate plane? The 0. The middle. The exact spot where the 2 lines crossy. So, draw you a quick little thing. Write Oregon in it. And draw an arrow to right there. That is the origin of our coordinate plane. Now the stuff we're doing right now is just definitions of the different parts, the different things about the coordinate plane. We'll get into the good stuff in just a minute. And really this is what makes algebra fun. To me, of course, I'm brain damaged. And I'm a mathematician. I like algebra when it gets into graphing stuff. Coordinate plane stuff. I like this. I really don't like just messing with equations all the time, but I love making equations come to life in picture form on a coordinate plane. Graphing. It's pretty fun. Alright, let's say here, axis. Another definition, axis. What do you think, brother?
Like one of the lines.
The lines there. The axis is the number lines. The axis is the number lines. Now it doesn't say axis, it says axis. Implying what? Plural. Yeah, plural, more than one. Well, you're right.
Such thing as an axis.
No, I made it up.
Horizontal.
The horizontal number line is the x-axis. Which makes
The vertical.
the vert number line is the x-axis. Y-axis. Good job. Is the y-axis. So, draw another quick one. This is X, this is Y. And y'all, this stuff, like I said, this stuff you're learning right now is going to stay with you and come back to bite you in the right buttocks cheek every math course from now on. You'll do some more with this stuff in the 7th grade. You'll do some more with this stuff in the 8th grade when you take Algebra 1. And when you take geometry, you'll be graphing things on a coordinate plane in geometry as a freshman. And then in Algebra 2 as a sophomore. And then in your calculus class or pre-cal as a junior. And then in your college credit calculus course as a senior, or whatever you take as a senior. This stuff will not change. The X and Y axis are still the X and Y axis. Now, do you remember me blowing our brains the other day about two-dimensional and three-dimensional?
Yes, sir.
I already did the beginning of the
yeah,
year
they did
too.
3.
We have an X and Y axis just to spark your interest in mathematics here. When you get into a high enough section of mathematics, you will also have a Z axis
Oh yeah, I
Remember you
remember
told
this.
us that.
that goes through like this, which makes it a three-dimensional coordinate.
Yeah, you told
Hey.
me about 4D and 3D.
Right.
Now 1 second, it's right here.
This right here is a certain spot, and this right here, here is a spot right out here in space. It has an X, it has a Y, and it has a Z place. Ooh. Then I told you about the 4th type, where you have X, Y, Z, and then you have time. Right? At this certain time, boop, that point's there. Well, now it's not there anymore because another second has gone by and it has moved. Alrighty? So that's when math gets really fun. And so when you want to blow your brains, take that in college. I don't want to blow my brains anymore. I'm getting old. My brain cells are dying by themselves. They don't need any help. So just to spark your interest in mathematics, that's pretty neat stuff. All right. Now let's talk about ordered pair of numbers, and let's start finding location on the graph. All right. Ordered pair of numbers. What does ordered mean? And don't be smart out and go, that's what I did at Brahms. What does order mean in mathematics? Yeah, it's kind of hard to do without saying the word order, isn't it?
Sequence.
It has to be a certain way, correct? Oh, well, I'm going to go on. Well, write it down. We got to go. Ordered pair. It's got to be in a certain sequence, a certain way, a certain order. I can't use the word order though, right? It's got to be a certain way. What does pair make it sound like? 2. So, 2 numbers have to be a certain way. That certain way is in parentheses X, comma, Y. Now, what does that imply, X and Y?
The way, the axis.
Ah, X must refer to the X-axis. Y must refer to the Y-axis. Okay, that's going to help us. Because we're going to use this to plot a point on the graph or on the coordinate grid. We call it graph because it's easy to say. We don't like saying coordinate grid. But they're both the same thing. When you're plotting a point on the graph, you are finding a location. You are finding a location. All right, and here's what we do. Do not draw this or this. This is mine. I'm going to give us one in a minute. We're going to do some You'll have one and I'll have one. We'll play them together, but you already did a good job. Huh? I always hope you did it right. Okay. Where do we start, y'all?
Zero.
Zero.
Nope.
X-axis.
You're right, but you didn't.
At the origin.
Thank you very much. I want it written like that. You're right. We start at 0, but 0 is the origin. We're going to start at the origin. Okay, now I'm going to teach you the way I made it easy for me. Because I always kept getting these backwards because I was almost a blonde. Okay?
I got that.
I called the origin your room in the hotel. This method, y'all, you can take it or leave it, whatever, but this is how I remembered it and this is how I teach it. Alrighty? Your room at the hotel is right there at the origin. We're just going to deal with quadrant 1 today. Tomorrow we will throw 2, 3, and 4 in the mix. Today we're just going to make it nice and easy and just deal in quadrant 1. So our room is right here. That's where we start every time. The first number, the X number, tells me how far to go the X-axis which is the hallway outside my hotel room. Erwin, quit looking so confused. You're in a hotel. I know you've been to a hotel. You've gone to Great Wolf Lodge. You just got that lost look, that blonde look going. Fight it off, girl. Fight it off.
Hurtful.
Hurtful, that's right. Hallway. We're going to come out of our room. We're going to look at the first number, and that tells us how far to walk the hallway outside our room. So, in our example here, here's the X. I'm going to come out of my room, and I'm going to walk to right there. I'm standing right there in the hallway, 3. The second number, Y, tells me to go on the Y-axis, but in our little analogy, it is get on the elevator and go. All right, Tuck? So I'm standing right here in the hallway at 3. Bless you, sir. I now am going to go on the Y-axis 6. Get on the elevator and climb 6. Right there. There is the location 3, 6 on a coordinate grid. And so now I'm going to go fast, and it'll be easy to think, because I'm going to just say, okay, hallway, elevator. You cannot You cannot, you must not go up or down first before you go sideways. Keep that in your brain. Keep that in your brain. Okay? So,
We just going to run before you.
We'll talk later. We're on film. Right? Yay.
Sorry.
All right. Brother Mario is handing out a little example page we're going to do together on the camera. If you turn on the TV.
What are you still supposed to?
EA! Yeah.
You ordered our pizza. We delivered our pizza. Is that your brother?
All right. Look at the bottom of your page. We have some locations, L, M, N, P, Q, R, and T. I want to find them in the hotel. I know you don't have T. That means you got to add it, doesn't it? Her. You blonde class, you. All right. First one, L. We're sitting in a room. Where are we traveling? Hallway 3. So I'm right here in my room. Go down 3 down the hallway, then do what?
Who died?
Climb an elevator to right there. There is room L. Boy, this is hard stuff. Woo, doggies. Room M. Okay, start my room. Head down the hallway to 10.
1.
Elevator. 1. Or you can run before you jump. That's M. There we go. Right tuck. Right. Room N. Room N. From my room. 1.
Elevator 1.
Elevator 1. Thank you, whoever it was, Christian. That's who? N. All right, label it in. All right, that's room N. Here we go. P. Room P. Start in my room. Start in my room.
Up 7. Hallway 7.
What?
Hallway 0.
Oh, step out of my room and does it tell me to go anywhere in the hallway?
No.
Nope. Just step out of your room and there's the elevator. Get on it and do what?
Go
Up.
Up 7 to right there. There is P. I'm going to pause. Did everybody see that? That's the one right there that messes students up. It says go nowhere on the hallway. So step out of your room. If there's a 0 means don't walk anywhere. Just jump on the elevator and climb 7. All right, next one, Q.
Hallway 20.
Step out of my room and do what? All the way down to 20?
And that's it. Elevator 0.
No elevator. That room's on the same hall as I'm on, right? So that's Q. All right. R.
Hallway 12.
Hallway 12 out of my room.
Elevator.
Elevator 12. Ooh, did I get offline? Right there. That's hard to follow. Right there. Okay. coordinates are. Or in other words, what are the numbers that help me find that room? So the first one's A. Here we go. Where's A?
6'3".
6'3".
From my room to get directly underneath it, I go 6. So hallway 6.
Up 3.
And then the elevator 3. Thank you very much, Cody. Somebody finally woke up. Alrighty. B.
37.
Hallway 3.
Someone in first period put down numbers but didn't put them in parentheses. Your numbers must be in parentheses, y'all. Alright, what were we going? B? Hallway
37.
3.
Elevator 7.
Elevator 7. C.
16. Hallway 16.
Hallway 16.
Elevator 8.
Elevator 8. D. Hallway 12.
Elevator 0.
No elevator. 0. Good job. E.
Hallway 8.
Hallway 13.
Hallway 8.
Hallway 8.
Elevator 13.
Elevator 13. F.
Hallway 0.
No, hallway 0.
Hallway 0.
And elevator 11.
Elevator 11. Last one, G.
Hallway 1. And
Hallway
elevator
1.
Elevator 3.
Elevator 3. Man, how we doing? Alright, I want to throw you one more curveball. Uh-oh, don't like the glare.
Me either.
Oh, I'm going to do that right there. Okay. Looking at this, something is different about this graph. Ben,
Numbers are spaced out.
the numbers are spaced out. And we don't mean like a blonde either. Doesn't know what's going on. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about every line does not have a whole number on it.
Those are
Every other.
Right. You would be amazed how many students miss that, and it's common sense to me and you. But I have to point it out every year because students go, oh, well, this line doesn't have a number on it. Well, what is it then? Half. 1, 1.5, 2 2.5, etc., etc. Correct? Could you find 3/4 on here?
Yes.
3/4 is in between a half and a whole. Correct? Same way here. Half, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, etc. Please don't get lost on that. Kill it, girl.